As you're getting started, you can use a free version or a $20 a month version. So I'm going to demonstrate both. I think the free version is fine for most people unless you're really getting into it. It just has a limited amount of certain of the features that you can use, but but it's still very, very good. And so if you haven't yet gotten on it, you can just go to chatgpt.com and register. You can register with your Microsoft account, your Google account, or you can give it an email address and make up a password. So you can do this with a Google, with the app on your phone or iPad, or you can just go into any browser and create the account. Um, it's really good not, to log in with your account because as we'll talk about, it's going to get to know you and you can give it information. And the more information you give it about you, the better the results are going to be because you'll have conversations and you can decide if you want it to remember what your conversations were about, then you don't have to put in all the information every time. And then there are better and better models are coming out. Now you can create images, you can upload files. And you can have your interactions remembered, which is fantastic. So it's both a web app and a mobile app for Android and for iOS. One of the things that I think is really important to do is you want to enable the privacy feature because all of the information that you put into it by default will improve the model for everyone. And so if you're concerned about privacy, don't want to be putting in names and social security numbers, or if you work with clients, you don't want their names and background information in there. You want to keep that out of it. But still, if you click on your profile, and I'll show all this to you after I go through the slides, you can go to settings and then up on the top right, you can, by default, this would say on, but I clicked it to off to improve the model for everyone because I don't want all of my information going to improving the model. So that's a little bit of privacy that you can have happen for yourself. And this is the initial screen that you're presented with. It just says, what can I help with? And you can type in information. And it's that back and forth that you have with it that you get the answers. And what we're doing is we're writing prompts. And so the more specific that you can be in the prompt and what your initiation of a conversation back and forth, the better the output's going to be. So if you say something like, plan a vacation for me, it might plan a vacation, but it's not going to be the one that you would want. So you would want to say, plan a 1 week vacation to a specific location and tell it what you like. And maybe you create a persona. So you might say, imagine you're a travel agent, or imagine you're a marketing professional, or an event planner, or a psychologist, or a teacher. So you're giving it ChatGPT a role to play, and that gives you much better results. You also want to specify the desired format. So you might want it to give you bullet points or a comparison table or a 200-word blog or a step-by-step guide. Or maybe you want it to help you figure out a tech solution or understand a complex math problem. And so you can ask it to explain it to you like you're a 10-year-old or a 5-year-old or, whatever level you want. Another thing you can ask ChatGPT, these are just things that I've really picked up through using it and watching a lot of presentations of others that have found success. One thing you can do is ask ChatGPT to help you improve your prompts, or you can ask ChatGPT to ask you questions that it needs before answering. That's a really good one because if you're asking it to help you plan a vacation or to draft a marketing proposal or whatever, you can give it a lot of information and if it doesn't know something, it might just make it up. But if you ask it to ask you questions it needs before answering, it's incredible how that works. So we'll take a look at that. And then after it gives you the response, you want to give it feedback. It's the iteration back and forth. So these are the symbols that will show up at the end of the response. And so this first one is if you want to copy the response. The second one, thumbs up, you like it, you don't like it. This is how to have it read out loud to you. And then this is the canvas mode, this little pencil. And that's something new in there where you can edit it and go back and forth. It's like editing a document and you can highlight certain areas and have ChatGPT change a certain area based on your response. And then these 2 circles are just to try it again, if you want it to try again to give a different response.